And we welcome you in for hour 3 of America's Forum with John Bachman, J.D. Hayworth. John, we wanted you to stay here on the anchor desk because of the news of the IDing of Jihadi John. It's very interesting to see this Kuwaiti-born man raised in West London and the efforts he made to get back to the Middle East and get involved with ISIS.
And interesting the timing of all this, too. We had heard I guess weeks ago, if not months ago, that they had identified this guy. They believed that they knew who he was, and now that name is coming out, Mohammed Awazi, I believe it was, and there you see him in these videos with the Americans that was killed, James Conley, the Stephen Sotloff, and the other hostages. He's the guy. He's now one of those faces of ISIS, and you remember back during the beginning of the Iraq War that we had those playing cards with the most wanted terrorists. He would be up there now, I assume, with right behind Baghdadi.
Well, it is interesting, and you do mention the timing. Earlier today, there was some speculation from law enforcement in New York that one of the reasons the identity was made known, and this first came in reports from the BBC very early today, was that there's an effort to prompt informants to come forward, whether in West London or perhaps in the Middle East, with more information as to the whereabouts of this man. Also,
the timing involved here too, when we had the announcement of the arrest of these 3 guys, 2 in New York, 1 in Florida, for their ties, their efforts to try to travel to the Middle East to join ISIS. And again, we talk about these situations as the funding for Homeland Security starts to run out. The motivation is there. We know many of those employees would be required to work without getting paid. That makes it harder to go to work in the morning and do your job.
Well, we will continue to touch on that topic, and in just a little while we will be talking to General Michael Hayden about the intelligence aspect of what went on with Jihadi John. For now, John Bachman, we thank you for more in-depth analysis on this new report on the identity of Jihadi John.